So Spider-Man Far From Home is finally out in theaters. I finally was able to catch it last night. So now let's do a little quick review on what my thoughts were for Spider-Man Far From Home. And of course, was like any other movie in history, there are the good, the bad, and let's just start off with what I really enjoyed from this movie, which of course we cannot talk about the good without mentioning the actual villain of this film, which is Mysterio. Mysterio was definitely a great choice of villain, especially Jake Gyllenhaal, how he's able to portray such a master manipulator. Like every time he's like, oh, for my family. And I'm like, damn, he's a good actor. Because I was even feeling for him and I'm like, wait, no, this is Mysterio. He's trying to get in my mind. I know how this works. So I know this is fake, but still kind of falling for it. So they definitely picked someone really good to portray Mysterio. And they did a great job in updating Mysterio for modern age. Like using drones as projectors to project this amazing fight scenes with the elements is honestly a genius thing to do. Like even through the trailers, I knew the elementals weren't gonna be real, and it was most likely gonna be Mysterio portraying himself as a hero. But even I couldn't possibly think of a way of how he was gonna be able to use projections, and using drones is definitely the smartest way to have pulled that off. That Spider-Man illusion scene, it was just amazing. Like my mind was getting blown over and over again, like wow, they're doing this, wow, they're actually pulling this off, wow, this is amazing. I was just very excited and happy with the scenes like that. So good work on Marvel for updating the suit and his powers, because it was executed perfectly in my opinion. And along with Mysterio, just like that second half of the film, it was just great. I was like really excited, on the edge of my seat type of excitement, and just fascinated. Didn't know exactly where it was gonna go, and it turned out really good, and it was very exciting. And it wasn't a huge fight because it's all in your head. It still had some dramatic intensity, especially with the drones trying to kill Peter Parker and his friends. And something I really enjoyed was the post-credit scene where J.K. Simmons returned as J. Jonah Jameson. I was grinning once I saw him. And speaking of the mid-credit scene, it was done pretty good. Wasn't expecting that, even though you should, since, you know, Mysterio is like a manipulator like that. But I don't know how I feel about Peter Parker's identity being revealed, especially this early in the franchise. Emilio did bring up a good point when he mentioned, well, now Scorpion in prison knows who he's gonna be after. And I'm like, wow, you're right. And I do trust Marvel in how they're gonna execute with Spider-Man being outed already. So that's why I'm also including this as part of the good. Just my faith in Marvel. I'm pretty confident they know what they're gonna be doing for Phase 4 and the future. But now all that stuff was what I enjoyed most about this film. Now we gotta talk about what I really didn't like about this film. The major issue I had with this film was mainly the first half of the film. To me, even though it cut pretty quickly to like, oh, we're here in New York, oh, this is what happened during Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, oh, this is now what life is like now, oh, we're now in Europe, oh, we're now on vacation, oh, these are the elementals, oh, this is Mysterio. Even though everything was shot pretty quickly, I feel like the first half dragged on so long. Like it definitely had some scenes that could have been cut to make the movie shorter and more enjoyable. Like one thing that really annoyed me from the first half, or from the whole film, is the Ned and Betty love storyline. I don't feel like that had a payoff, especially since they broke up at the very end when they came back to New York. Also, like even Mysterio's plan to get Edith from Peter Parker seemed like a huge stretch. Like people always say that Zemo's plan from Civil War was a stretch. I strongly disagree with that one. But here, Mysterio's plan to get Edith's glasses feels like a giant stretch to me. Like, a lot of convenient stuff definitely happened to Peter Parker just trusting you and you working with Parker and stuff like that. I don't know about you guys and how you feel about the comedy inside the MCU. I know a lot of people are bothered by it, but I'm honestly not bothered by the comedy inside the MCU, even in the most intense action scenes that they have. But for some odd reason, here at Spider-Man Far From Home, some of the jokes they were trying to pull off definitely seemed like a drag to me. There were some that definitely were very funny and I definitely got a good laugh, but there were just some jokes that felt so forced. So I don't know if that's how most people feel about the MCU joking around for like everything, or if it was just this specific movie. Also, did anyone else feel like that first half of the film was directed somehow by Sony or was heavily involved by Sony? Because there were times where I honestly felt like it wasn't even an MCU film. Like, I don't know why I got that vibe. I don't know if it was how it was directed, how it was portrayed. I'm not sure. It was just like I had heavily Sony influenced vibes from that first half of the film. But of course, that is my review for Spider-Man Far From Home. Definitely seems like there is way more negative than positive. The positive outweighs the negative. Sure, that beginning half is more of a drag to me, but that last half is just an amazing thrill ride that I enjoyed every second of. So with that said, I will give Spider-Man Far From Home an 8 out of 10. So guys, what did you think of Spider-Man Far From Home? What was your favorite scene? Let me know all that stuff down in the comments below. If you're excited for Marvel Phase 4 and what to come, make sure to drop that like button. If you're new here and want to see more theme park fun, nerd stuff, and just fun stuff in general, make sure to hit the subscribe button. And as always guys, I hope to catch you all in the next video.